Welcome back to episode 2 of the Copy That podcast, the official podcast of Dabble Fantasy. I'm EJ with my co-host Jay Rath. Let's just get straight into it. You got a Chicago guy and a Miami guy hosting this podcast. What the heck just happened in week 1? I mean, I don't know if you watched the Monday Night Football game because I did. I'm a Bears guy. But let's get into the Miami Dolphins first because I don't want to listen. I have a lot of venting to do, but I want you to vent first. What's going on in Miami? Who has it worse after week 1? Is it Miami or Chicago?
Look, I don't want to overreact, but this is going to sound like an overreaction. We need to just blow it up. You know, a year ago, we were talking about potential Super Bowl contenders. We paid Tua. We gave Tyreek a bag. Tyreek has probably one of the best Robins in the game in Jalen Waddle. We just got Minka. We had got rid of Jalen Ramsey. So, like, for me, it's just a matter of what are we doing? There's just no way we can go out there and play the way that we did against the Colts. Now, I don't want to act like the Colts are just a bad team, but 33-8, that's just unacceptable.
I
And
forgot you
Tua,
guys got Minka too. I was like, I know you traded Jalen, and then I forgot it was
yes,
for Minka Fitzpatrick. All right.
yes,
All
yes,
right.
one of the better safeties in the league, and then we go out there and it's just like we can't do anything, And for me, I kind of just feel like it's time. I feel like everyone else has kind of figured out what our offense is like, all those little gimmicks we do, and we just don't have accounted for it. And I can't pinpoint, okay, this is the one person we need to blame. I think everyone needs to blame. I think Mike McDaniels needs to make better play calling. I think Tua needs to be better. Obviously, his injury concerns, that's a story for another day. Tyreek doesn't even seem like he wants to be there. So for me, it just seems like we just need to blow it up and start all over. And I think we definitely have it worse than Chicago because you guys, in my eyes, are still sort of rebuilding. You have a young quarterback who's electrifying. You got Odunze, young receiver. You got DJ Moore. You got a lot of good pieces that you can grow from. You should have won that game yesterday. Total collapse. I mean, JJ McCarthy just channeled his inner Michigan national championship run and was absolutely sensational. But in terms of who's worse, because it definitely has to be us. I mean, we were Super Bowl contenders a year, 2 years ago, and now we might not even make the playoffs. So it
What's
definitely has to be
blowing it up?
Dolphins.
What's blowing it up? Is are we tanking for Arch? Are we tanking for Arch here? Or
Well, I need to see Arch play a couple more games before we just throw it all out the window for Arch. Um, I don't think a lot of people are gonna like my answer, especially maybe Dolphin fans, and they might agree with me. But I think we do need to start with the quarterback situation. I love Tua. I'm a fan of Tua, but I just do not think he's the answer. He doesn't have a very strong arm. He's not deadly accurate. As I mentioned before, he has a bit of injury concerns. He's not as mobile as he was in college, and he just doesn't have that it factor that we need. And personally, I think we need to start there. Mike McDaniel, he's on the hot seat. I mean, the hottest of seats.
it's the hottest.
So
It's the hottest seat in the NFL.
literal volcano. Me personally wouldn't be mad if we got rid of him. I would love to kind of give him another chance if we got another quarterback and see what he can do. But it definitely has to start with Tua and our coaching situation.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I don't want to bash on your team too much because my team deserves bashing too. But you have a Miami guy and a Chicago guy having a conversation after week 1. This might be the saddest conversation anyone could ever have. Listen, you guys, I'm going to pour it on you guys for a second. You guys didn't score a touchdown until like the fourth quarter, right? Like late in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
All right, we scored one the first drive, not a big deal. Didn't score one until the last 2 minutes of the game. We had a pick six, but
Mm-hmm.
didn't score an offensive touchdown until first 2 minutes and last 2 minutes, really, if you want to just look at it that way. But you guys let Daniel Jones score on every single drive. He made history. He made history. Scored on 7 straight drives, every single drive. That's literally making history. But like you
Mm-hmm.
said, we shouldn't be in a rebuilding year. The Bears have seemed like the Bears. We've been rebuilding since 2010. if I'm being honest. That was the last time we won a playoff game. So the last
Jay
time we won a
Cutler
playoff game,
days.
I was there against the Seahawks, divisional game. It was sick. We kicked ass, but we've been rebuilding since that moment. So, you know what? I'm so sick of rebuilding, but like you said, I'm devastated. Last night was devastating. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's so like such a Bears thing to do." Like, yeah, but like this was the one time wasn't it wasn't supposed to be like it's not supposed to happen this way anymore. We got the new
Yeah.
regime, Ben Johnson, culture change, like you said, Caleb Williams, all these stars on offense, a lot of hurt players on defense. I'll give us that. A lot of hurt players on defense. Best players on defense are hurt. Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards. But nevertheless, JJ McCarthy looked like he never played football a day in his life in the first half and then just switched it on. We didn't have a big enough lead because I don't know what Ben Johnson was doing. I don't know what Caleb Williams was doing. We weren't seeing guys open. We were throwing a lot of sweeps. We were doing a lot of runs inside. Vikings got a good run defense. Not sure what was going on there. Not a big enough lead. Once again, the Bears get embarrassed on national TV in front of the whole country. And every morning I got to wake up and look at all the tweets and look and watch Good Morning Football and just hear it about the Bears. So I'm done venting about the Bears. I do think Miami has it worse than us right now because there might be a new quarterback, there might be a new coach. There's gonna be some, a lot of blowing up to do either during the
Hmm.
season or in the offseason. But man, we are two of the saddest dudes on the planet after week one right here. So I hope you guys are enjoying this sad conversation that we are having together.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So let's move on from sad things and let's talk about fun things. Football's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to enjoy football. We're not supposed to just have our entire season, stomped on in week one. So we're supposed to enjoy football. So let me put you in a GM head coach, position. Let me see how you're feeling about some things. So I'm going to give you two stats from two different running backs. I'm not going to tell you what their names are. You're just going to have to based on these statistics, which running back would you rather start? So these are based on these statistics from week 1, which running back would you rather start? So you got running back A, 16 carries, 143 rushing yards, 3 receptions for 13 yards. I believe this back led the league in rushing in week 1, 143 yards, insane on 16 carries. Not bad. Or you got running back B, 18 carries, 60 yards, 4 receptions for 24 yards, but he scored a touchdown. Based off those stats, which running back would you rather start in week 2?
Now, this is a big question here. Is this I'm solely like an NFL GM or is this for fantasy purposes?
Um, let's go fantasy purposes. Fantasy purposes.
If this is for fantasy purposes, give me running back 2 any day of the week.
Why is
I'm back
that?
to
Why is
running back
that?
2. Well, for starters, you're gonna get me more points with the touchdowns. And I believe you said they had more receptions.
Yeah.
PPR league need to do that. So I definitely would do running back 2 for sure. And I think it does matter in terms of the defenses they played. So I mean, if running back 1 did that against a pretty good run defense, kudos to him. But if we're doing this for fantasy, I gotta go running back 2. Touchdowns win championships.
Yeah, it's true. You got to score points. You got to score touchdowns if you want to win games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say you made the right decision. Either if you were a GM or a fantasy football owner, running back A was Travis Etienne, and running back B was Saquon Barkley.
Ah, good decision. Good decision.
Dude,
For
Travis
sure.
Etienne with
He's
143 yards. Travis Etienne, he might have been sitting in front of me on the draft board on round 11. Like I don't think
yes.
anybody took him. And then to see
Yeah,
him do
no.
that, then the Jags trade Tank Bigsby. Like they got I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but
I
what's his name?
Booten?
The other
Buddha?
the other Jags running back. So Travis Etienne might have just won the starting job in Jacksonville.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
so the
Yeah.
143 yards, but you're right. One more reception. a dozen more receiving yards, a touchdown, and then you figure out that Saquon Barkley, running back B, was definitely the right decision right there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Saquon probably had more points in fantasy if we're equating in the receptions. Probably was close because I mean 143 yards is no slouch, you
No,
know.
that's
But
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, like you mentioned, ETN, I definitely was staring at him in my fantasy, and I had drafted him the year before, and I had to cut him from my team. So I sat there and
Yeah.
said, I don't want to go through this again. So as I was watching football this weekend, I said, of course, now he
Mm-hmm.
wants to look like a running back one.
Yep. 100%. So I'm gonna give you another test. I'm putting you to the test tonight.
I love it.
Yeah, and I'm just throwing blind players at you and seeing how you stack up. So you passed the test already for the running back challenge. Now we're going to do a blind ranking. Blind rank these rookies based off of their week 1 performances. So I'm going to throw blind rank these rookies without knowing what comes next based off their
Mhm.
week 1 performances. We're going straight, off the rip, Travis Hunter.
I'm going to put him at 5.
Ooh, why is that?
Because there are a lot of other rookies. If we're basing this off week 1 performances, there are a lot of other rookies out there that performed really well. So he didn't play bad, but he wasn't like spectacular. So I'm going to put him at 5.
Yeah, someone was watching ball this weekend.
Hmm.
I thought I was going to throw you for a loop for a second, but Travis Hunter, 6 receptions, 33 yards, maybe a couple tackles. 6
Yeah.
receptions for 33 yards. That's a lot of receptions for not a lot of yards.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're trying to get him the ball, obviously, and make him, do his thing in the open field, but didn't happen. And we're just gonna go straight down the list. And Ashton Genty, RB1.
That's a good one. Ashton Genty. He wasn't, I don't think he was like bad. I'm going to put him at, I'm going to put him at 3.
Ashton Genty at 3. So I'm not giving you the stats until you make your decision. I'm not helping you with
Yeah.
this. So Ashton Genty at 3, 38 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Solid day.
Yeah, he had a tutty, so I'll give it to
Yeah.
him there. And I low-key wanted to put him at 4 because I knew there are some other rookies that I'm hoping is on this list, but
Yep.
I'm gonna put him at 3.
I know he had 38. I want to see what I'm checking really fast to see how many carries he had. I think he had a lot of carries actually.
Yep.
So 38 yards rushing, 19 carries. So he averaged 2 yards a carry. Welcome to the NFL.
At least you know they're giving him the touches. So if
Yes,
you're a fantasy
exactly.
owner of Ashton Genty, I'm pretty sure you're happy to see
Yes,
that.
welcome to the NFL. So we got Travis Hunter at 5, Ashton Genty at 3. Next up, Emeka Ibuka.
1. 1, not I don't even need to think about that one. 1, 2 tutties. I mean, he's clearly looking like Baker's favorite target already. And I think just because of the amount of attention Mike Evans and Godwin kind of like they get, he's gonna get a lot of good looks as we saw in his opening game.
100%. Absolute dog. He had 67 yards and 2 touchdowns in his NFL debut. And the game-winning touchdown. So
Yep.
that's like as good as a debut you can ever have. Absolute dog. I started him over Calvin Ridley. Pat myself in the back. I got the
Wow,
dub.
great decision. Great decision.
Sometimes I also started Justin Fields. So shout out me. I
Yeah.
could celebrate one thing, and that's a fantasy football win. I can't celebrate the Chicago Bears, but I could celebrate my fantasy
Yeah.
team. So we got Travis Hunter 5, Genty 3, Emeka at 1. Then we got Tetaroa McMillan, big Tet dog.
I'm going to put him at 4. He had a decent opener. Wasn't anything spectacular. But I'm gonna put him at 4 because there are definitely some other rookies that had a way better opening weekend.
Yeah, so like you said, solid game on
Mhm.
a bad team. Bryce Young didn't play as well as everybody thought he was. He made like a ton of improvement at the end of last year. T-Mac, first of all, they call him some people call him T-Mac. There's only one T-Mac in this
There's only
world,
one
and that's
T-Mac.
Tracy
Yeah.
McGrady. So we got to go with just Tet McMillan. He's not T-Mac.
Mhm.
But he had 5 receptions, 68 yards, very solid NFL debut. So you got Travis Hunter at 5, Genti at 3, Emeka Buka at 1, Tet at 4, which leaves you with Colston Loveland at 2.
Oh, what?
Got him.
I
Got
was
him.
hoping I was hoping you were gonna tell me they're like Tyler Warren or like Harold Finnan
Yeah.
Jr. Oh my goodness, or even I want to say the Commanders running back Bill. I don't know his
Bill.
whole name. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was sensational. I was hoping it was one of
Bill
them.
Krosky Merritt. Yeah, he had a really good
Yeah,
game. But yeah, I knew I was going to get you with this. Colson Loveland debut
yeah.
Monday Night Football, 2 receptions, 12 yards. What was he? The
You
ninth
hate to see it.
ninth overall pick, 10th overall pick. I can't remember what the Bears had. 9 or 10th overall
Yeah.
pick. Listen, if you're picking a guy 9 or 10th overall, you got to give him the ball more than 2 times for 12 yards. That's
Hundred
just my
percent.
opinion. And I knew that
100%.
was going to throw you for a loop
That
at
was a
the
good
end.
one.
Yeah.
That
So
was a good
Travis
one.
Hunter 5, Genti 3, Emeka 1, Tet 4, Colson Loveland 2.
Aside from him, I think the list was pretty
Pretty
valid.
solid. Pretty
I
solid.
probably should have left 5 open, but there's just so many other good performances.
Yep. Well, I had some tricks up my sleeve.
I like it. I give you that one. That's a good one.
So with that being said, let's get into the copy of the week. As you know, this podcast is a Dabble Fantasy podcast, and one of the best things about Dabble Fantasy is that you can copy others' picks. So I'd like to ask you a question. I'm just quizzing you. I'm just quizzing you
Man.
today. It's just simple. And I'm just going to let you know this is a trick question. This is a trick question. So we're with the copy picks of the week, the number one, the copy of the week, right? Week 1. You would imagine that it would be an NFL pick, wouldn't you?
Interesting.
But it is not.
Really?
It is
Okay.
actually an MLB pick. All
Wow.
the NFL games we had, the copy of the week goes to Heck DFS. Shout out Heck DFS. He's an absolute beast on Dabble. They've been killing it lately. And MLB pick actually it was on, I believe, Thursday or Friday night. Let's see when this was. Let me get my dates correct. So this was on the 5th. So that's Friday
Yeah.
night. So yeah, during the NFL
Mhm.
game, everybody was focused on Chiefs Chargers. Heck is
Yeah.
locked in to MLB, a 35x, a couple voided picks, but that ended up with 292 copies.
Wow.
So 292 people cashed out on a 35x lineup, resulting in over $20,000 of wins. So Heck
Wow.
DFS cashed out almost 300 people, almost 20,000 over $20,000 of wins. So shout out Heck DFS, and the copy of the week on NFL Week 1 was an MLB pick. Who said baseball is dead come September? Because Heck DFS he's not sleeping on baseball.
Yeah, nah, that's a great copy right there. I mean, to do that on NFL, like you wouldn't think it would be an MLB pick, but it being an MLB pick on NFL opening weekend is even crazier.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
wish I had copied that.
That's what I wish I copied that too. Because everybody's focused, especially Friday night. We have a Friday night NFL football game in
Yep.
Brazil. Chiefs Chargers. That's a great game. All eyes on that game. Who has time to go through all the picks and be like, I'm gonna go with baseball tonight? Heck DFS, absolute dog, and
Dedicated. You
yeah,
love
and
it.
honestly, 292 people. Those are also some dedicated dogs right there because
Yeah.
they saw it, they liked it, they copied it, they won, and they said, "Who needs NFL?"
Yeah, they saw the vision.
Yeah. Who needs NFL? That's what I've been saying. That's what you've probably been saying after week 1, after Miami's
Yeah,
performance.
I'm checked out.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be
checked out
checked back
already
in
after
after
week 1.
Sunday.
Who the Dolphins play this week?
Oh my goodness, it literally slipped my mind. I mean, at this point, does it even matter? To be honest, the season was over after we lost to the Colts. Like, I like when I said I checked out, I absolutely
Yeah.
just checked
All
out.
right, so we both got
So
rivalry games. Dolphins, Patriots, and
we're
at home.
cooked.
Dolphins are at home, and then Bears, Lions. Bears are at the Lions. If we lose these games, I'm sure we're gonna have an even more fun conversation for the next copy that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, the Lions, they didn't really look to. I don't know if it was more of the Packers looking so good or the Lions looking so bad. The Lions didn't really look that great against the Packers. So
Yeah,
that game might be a lot closer than you
I
think.
sure hope so, dude. I sure hope so. I pray. I pray to the
Yeah.
football gods. Just let week one be a fluke for you too. Give us some fun. Let us enjoy this
That's
football season.
It's a fluke for y'all. It's not a fluke for us. I had a feeling. I knew it. I went through the whole schedule and I got to like 5 and like 11 or 12 or whatever. I already knew we were cooked from now. Did I think we are going to lose against the Colts? No. I was like,
Man,
that's one of our gimmies.
right.
And then we lost 33-8. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm praying to the football gods going into week two. I'll pray for the Dolphins as well. Football gods,
We need
bless us with some dubs.
it.
But
We
with
need
that
it.
being said, that's a wrap on Copy That, episode 2.